Hey, welcome back to my channel. This is Jason, also known as Omnus Prime, and today we're taking a look at Cang's Toys Landbull. And this is him, and this is the box, as you see, Cang Toys. And we get a great image of him right here. Just a little dust on here. Landbull. Let me get it full in frame. Landbull. And let's go ahead and take a look at this here. It's ages 14 plus, and it says Landbull on the sides. On the bottom, it says these warnings, and Landbull on the sides, Landbull on top, and on the back. We got Cang Toys, but we have them in the bull mode, the Landbull mode. And let's go ahead and take a look at this guy here. All right, so to get started looking at him, you can see he's got a great silhouette, very strong build. He will become one of the, I would say, calves of their Predaking mold that they're building up here, or is the bottom half of a leg. And here's the sword that he comes with. We're looking at the accessories, and you got this tampographic paint on both sides, and the handle is notched here to fit in the hand and rotates up to go ahead and combine to make a larger sword. And then we have the weapon here that's kind of like a shotgun here, and you'll notice that this is reversed on this side. There's silver paint on here, which is nice. Silver paint on top, and the handle does fold in. And looking at the face here, let me get this out of the way so it's easier to hold. Looking at his face, he's stuck with this grimace, and it's probably because of the light piping. Look at half of his head is this light piping material that I'm probably going to paint one day. I'm going to have to repaint anyways because he's got a little paint chip on his nose there, or some rubbing off. You can make a minotaur out of him if you want to do that, and I think it's fun. You could do that, but most of us won't. So this is how it normally would be. Let's go take a look at articulation. You get full 360. It is on a ball joint, so you do have a lot of range available here and a lot of expressive head tilting. You can rotate the shoulders a full 360. However, the pauldrons kind of get in the way, so you're going to have to make some adjustments as you go around. You do get a bicep swivel, and for the elbow, you get a full range here. And look at that. And for the fists, or the hands, you can do a full rotation at the wrist, and it's individual articulation with the fingers. And you also have a hinge joint here for the hand, which is really nice. You get some interesting poses you can do here. So I give that a thumbs up. And we can get them into the T pose by lifting up to there. You do get an ab crunch. It's not a lot, but it's enough. And you get a full waist rotation. Leg kicks up to here. And it will go back all the way. So if you need a Landbull that can do the splits forward and back, you can do that. And he can also do more than that off to the side. And look how strong that holds. You also have a thigh swivel here up top. And for the knee bend, you get 90, not more, just 90. And you also get ankle rocking, toe tilting up and down, and you can move this whole foot down, but that's part of transformation. But you can just move the toe. And that does it for articulation. If you look along here, you see a lot of tampographic paint that's all over this place. It gives it a lot of cool details. Really makes it look like it's man-made, but I think it gives that toy look to it, kind of like what I had with Gigapower. And for scale, take a look at Megatron here. That's the official. Stands just about same height. We have MMC's take on Bombshell, and you can see how much he towers over that. And let's go and bring in Skywarp here. This is the official Skywarp here. And here he is with his appendage mate here for the same series. All right, and they scale well together. And for Carbot, just so you can have some scale. All right. So let's go ahead and get into transformation here. You're going to lift this so you can rotate the shoulders around to face the opposite direction and then rotate at the bicep. You're going to open this here for the back of the forearm so that you can go ahead and get this all out of the way. And you're going to rotate the hand inwards, make sure the thumb is sticking out the back. And then this will close over on the flat end of the hand. And then rotate the hoof out. We're going to do the same on this side. So you have a different angle to look at it. And we're going to go ahead and rotate the shoulder so we can make sure that the tab, there's a slot, will be facing the back. And then you're going to open this up here so you can rotate the hand into the forearm. Make sure the thumb is facing out. This will put the flat end on this side. And then you can go ahead and close this flap over it and then rotate the hoof out. All right, so we're going to leave those flaps on the rear end of the forearm sticking out. We'll close that up here when we get to working on the shoulders here for the bull mode. The flank here, you're going to go ahead and on the upper torso portion, sorry about that, you're going to squeeze together and then get to the flank. That's how you get access. Disconnect here, and this will allow you to flip that out and then move the head up. And then the rest of the back here is going to articulate upwards. You're going to rotate this around. And you're going to leave this open up like this so you have room to move. You're going to separate this shoulder from the body. This will allow you to hinge this away. I'm just moving this out of the way so I have room to move. And we'll go ahead and get to this and move the head up. This releases this so we can move this peg hole past that peg towards the rear one. You'll need to extend the torso so you have room to move, but you'll need to connect the bottom portion of the body at the waist by pinning this into the back. Once you have that set, you'll be able to go ahead and slide this back. Just make sure the head's in place, and you'll be able to collapse that panel like this, and then collapse the waist. Now that we have that done, we can go ahead and start moving the shoulders down to form the front legs. And once we have that, we'll be able to go and collapse that. Now, this is the slot I was talking about that you're going to pin this into. But before we get to that, we need to rotate and get this into place. That'll slot in. And this is going to slot into that peg and then close. And then you'll have the shoulder completed here. So we can go ahead and squeeze that in. And we're going to do the same on this side. Peg that into the slot. Make sure that we have this rotated properly. And then you will be going and peg that in. And this will go ahead and complete that. And there we go. We got both legs in. And now we're going to move this chest piece up after we open this flap. This will form the bottom of the throat. And we can move the head into position. And we'll finish that here just a bit, but we need to go ahead and, this is the side panels for the flank that we're going to go ahead and pin to the back now. All right, so I'm just moving this out of the way. We'll get back to this after. We have to go and work on the bottom first. So open the legs so that you have room to rotate, but go ahead and move this off of the, like the instep, and then flip that in. This will allow you to open the back of the leg and then rotate it out here on that hinge. And this is going to go ahead and come out from the inside of the leg, and you're going to go ahead and rotate this into place. There's a couple things here that you need to get this under, so that'll complete that. I'm going to do the same on the other leg from the instep, and then from the ankle, roll that out, and then you can roll this out of the back and then flip this out from inside the leg, and then rotate this back into position and making sure that it gets behind these two little flaps that stick out. Okay, and those are going to form the shoulders on the back, like the humps that are on the back. And rotate the legs up to fold it into itself, to collapse it. And then this tail, there's a indentation here in the leg that this is going to follow as a path, and you just squeeze this together to get that side done. And this is the back part I was talking about, where it completes the shoulder on the back. This will complete that look. And you're going to do the same on this side for the leg. Again, collapse it in together. Be mindful to line this up so that the pegs will close. And then squeeze. You'll have to probably readjust the tail just so you can get that to complete. And fold the tail down. This is the bottom of the legs now. We will rotate this panel away and then flip it over. Do the same on this side. This will complete the bottom when you have to go ahead and close the legs up after we complete forming the hind legs. So you're going to flip out the bottom portion of the leg, close this up here. Don't push too far, otherwise you'll break the sculpt. And collapse it there, and then you're going to collapse the front part of the hind leg and then rotate this into place. All right, and create a little bit of a gap there. This will allow that panel to go and slide in, and just repeg this back in when you're closing that together. And while you're doing this, this may cause us to unpin, so just go ahead and slide it back into place, and that'll get that leg done. Before we get to the other leg, we're going to go ahead and finish the back. So this will go ahead and collapse down. There's a couple of pins here that's going to peg into. When you push this down, this will start to form the neck area. And there's a couple of pegs here. They're going to slot in to the side of the inside of the neck. And this will slide in. And then you can peg that together, and that forms the whole of the neck. All right, so they're going to collapse into the back to close up this gap. There's a couple of rails that you would slide that into. Now to go ahead and complete this leg, we just need to go ahead and collapse here and slide the leg over, move that panel into place, and then it'll slot in like that. Okay, we're going to rotate this together to go ahead and peg it into the hole. And remember, just to go ahead and make enough room there so you can put that panel into place like this. All right, so once that's together, you can go ahead and slide this together, and that'll complete him. So he's all set in his Landbull monster mode, and let's go ahead and take a look at him. All right, oh, before we finish that, we have to actually rotate this up, and it'll hinge into place and then peg to another peg. Now he's done. All right, so looking at him, you can see all those tampographic details stand out a lot more now. The details that were put in place make a lot of sense, and it's very cohesive. It looks like everything is where it's supposed to be. Articulation wise, you can open the mouth. The neck is on a ball joint, and the eyes, they look a little dead because they went with clear plastic, but the horns, and I would have preferred a metal piece here for the nose. But it gives it kind of that look that we have with the Gigapower dynos that I like. And the shoulders just rotate up, and you can bend here at like the knee area. That's about all the articulation you get out of the front. You can move this back. This rotates up, or forward, but it kind of breaks the sculpt, so it doesn't make sense to do that. The tail has a lot of articulation, so if you want to make a happy Landbull, you can. There's a lot of possibility. For the kind of like shotgun, that peg on the bottom is going to go into the slot of one of the legs here. You can do it on either side, and it just slots in, and you're done. And it's very secure. And if you want to have the sword stored on the Landbull mode, you can just put it in there if you want to do that. It's not in the instructions to do that. It's just something I found that you could do. Now, this is how he scales with Bombshell. Again, that's from RMC. Here he is with the official Skywart and Megatron, also the official. It's a big monster bull there, and here he is with the official car. And as you can see, the car is dwarfed by this thing. It is huge. And when this is going to be in combine mode, expect to have a huge combiner. Now, we're not going to get combine mode today, but we'll look at that later. But if you're looking to get one, I'll put a link in the description down below. I did get mine from Chosen Prime. They may still have some. Other than that, please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Leave comments down below. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on what you thought. And I appreciate your time here. And that'll do it today. All right. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoyed the review. See ya.